If you guys follow me on Facebook, you would know that I got this platinum beast 6 months ago. So this was him at the fish shop. We recorded him at about 4 to 5 inches max. He was tiny, but I knew I had to have him when I first saw him. Look how skinny he was. Amazing guy. And he was already so friendly. Look at him swimming up to us at the glass. I knew he'd be an amazing fish to have. Once we brought him home, I acclimated him in the fiber tub. It's a 5 foot by 2.5 foot fiber tub. Inside there's a weenie right there, a weenie catfish. There's a piraiba right there, and there's also a zebra catfish underneath one of the roof tiles. So he's just acclimating, chilling, getting ready to enter his new home. After about half an hour, I can't just scoop him up because he's so light, he's not going to hurt himself. Quickly put him in. And wow, I got a bit worried here because check that piraiba next to him. And he looked tiny and he was worth so much. I was like, I wasn't sure if I made the right choice, but he actually turned out to be fine. And inside there was actually the zebra catfish. So I had a feeling that, you know, he might get attacked or the zebra catfish may, you know, push him back. But actually, he claimed that spot from the very beginning, and it was actually the giant zebra catfish that was forced out. Check this out. You can see him come out from the other end. Beautiful fish. Check that out, man. He's grown a lot as well, and this was 6 months ago, so he's even bigger now. And boom, 6 months later, check this bad boy out. From a 4 to 5 inch skinny little catfish to a 22 inch Leviathan. Check out the size and girth on this bad boy. And by now, he was living in the same house, but he was alone. I moved the others to another fiberglass tub because he became a big ass bully. So we had to take him out. And this is him in a tank. I mean, sorry, in a plastic tub, while we transport him to the show tank. Look at him next to my arm, man. He's way bigger than my arm. And we actually measured him later on. He's 22 inches. Amazing.
This, I think this bucket's 24 inches. 2 feet. Yeah, 2 feet. I think.
And here we take him to these tiles that are 2 feet long. 24 inches, so we know he's at least 22 inches, man. Check this boy out. Look how fast these beasts can grow. And he's been on a diet of only pellets. And now, since he was too heavy to use a net, because I didn't want to injure him in the net, we just slowly poured him into the tank. Ooh, looks like he's flying, but he landed perfectly inside the gap. And here he is at night. Where the lights are on, you can see him better. He's just chilling on the ground. And the reason why I moved him into the tank at this size is because even though he had plenty of space in that 5 foot fiber tub, he didn't seem too happy. He was eating, but he seemed kind of depressed, and he was always just sitting still. And now, the minute I put him into this tank, fast flowing water, lots of oxygen, he's just come into his own element. He looks way happier here. I think the water quality is better. Check out the granulated catfish behind him. They're about the same size, so I think there should be no issues there. And the granulated catfish, they're actually pellet eaters just like him, so I'm anticipating they can share food. And check out those koi on the left, man. They were actually feeder fish, believe it or not, who outgrew the piraiba that was meant to eat them, and now I've just kept them as pets, so they're just chilling. Look at how amazing he looks with the arowanas and the other catfish here. Unbelievable. And I know I haven't shown this tank for a long time, so you guys can see 6 months of growth. Those arowanas are looking pretty huge. This is an 8x4 fiber tub, so these arowanas are, you could say, like well over 2 feet each, I reckon. Amazing. And even the red has grown quite a lot. Check him out. But wow, I can't believe that I got that guy 6 months ago, and now he's a beast. And now we go back in time. Before I put the platinum red-tailed catfish in this tub, in this tank, we actually removed the 3 giant Niger catfish. You guys are probably wondering, where were they in the last video? Well, now you know where they're going. I actually moved them all to the koi pond, since, you know, they also eat sinking pellets. So I reckon that they could share koi pellets with the koi, and they're doing amazingly well. So this was like some of the footage I captured maybe like a month or 2 ago when we moved them. They were already so big. I mean, check these guys out. They're well over 3 feet already, probably like 36 inches. Man, this is the biggest one, I think. And the problem is that my pond has a high barrier around it, so they couldn't carry him in like I would prefer. And also there was danger of them getting stabbed by the spikes, so they had no choice but to put them in the net, which is not ideal, but at least it was quick, and they're doing fine now. This was the second one, and they had a lot of trouble getting this guy into the net. And they were scared of spikes, because as you guys know, these spikes ain't no joke. They could really shred your hands up if you're not careful, so they were really hesitating. Look how big these guys are, man. And they eat like little pigs. It's amazing how fast that they can grow. They can grow just as fast as red-tailed cats once they come into the element. The thing is that they start really shy when they're young, but once they grow big, man, and they grow just as fast as any catfish I've seen. Look how scared they are. I'd be scared too if I was the one doing this, to be honest. At the end, I'm pretty sure they just ended up pouring him into the net because it was too dangerous and too much trouble. Yeah, this is how they did. They just poured them in, and it's not really ideal to use a net with such big fish. Better to carry them, but my pond is such a high barrier around it that they didn't really have a choice. And as you can see here, it was pretty quick and painless. They went really fast over the high railing and straight into the koi pond. There we go, he broke free. And this last footage, you can see some bonus feeding footage of me feeding sinking pellets.
Eating sinking pellets in the pond, happy as can be, spreading their wings and growing to their full potential.